If you ask me, 2025 is going to be a pretty important year for Galaxyland powered by Hasbro. Mainly because West Edmonton Mall has finally dropped its first teaser when it comes to the former Mindbender space. Something new is coming. What can it be? Any guesses? This is the first major hint at any news since the Mindbender was decommissioned. With the coaster now completely removed from the park, there are cues that preliminary work is getting started to bring in a replacement coaster. At this point, it's anyone's guess as to what we'll see, hence the teaser from West Edmonton Mall. But since we are guessing, the obvious first guess might be Gerstlauer. They develop coasters at both of West Edmonton Mall's sister malls, the Mall of America and American Dream. Minnesota's Rock Bottom Plunge and New Jersey's Shellraiser both offer a completely vertical lift hill, with the latter featuring a steeper than 90-degree freefall. Since this manufacturer has worked with 555 properties in the past, it would make sense if we saw a Mega Mall coaster trifecta completed in Edmonton. But what other options might there be? Well, what about Intamin? At American Dream, they too have a coaster offering, Sandy's Blasting Bronco. And that's not the only Intamin ride you'll find at a 555 amusement park. Both of the American 555 parks feature a version of Intamin's half-pipe coaster, which is a definite crowd pleaser. So it's completely reasonable that they might be putting something together for Galaxyland. But there's a third manufacturer to consider as well. The folks over at Coaster101.com have put together a theory based on floor markings in the footprint of the former Mindbender. Apparently, they match the coating which was used at Six Flags Magic Mountain when planning the footings for a coaster there by Vekoma. Vekoma's website boasts a bunch of coaster styles, and they even have a feature for indoor coasters. Could we see a Vekoma coaster at Galaxyland? I have no idea, but that's exactly why West Edmonton Mall has asked any guesses, so we'd guess. Right now, the mall is tight-lipped, but I hope we're going to see some sort of major announcement, or maybe just a bigger hint, sometime in 2025. The work is definitely proceeding. They even gave those huge HVAC hangers a new paint job. Could this be a clue to the color of the coaster itself? Why not paint these to blend in with the background of the new coaster? Again, time will tell. Alright, so that's the big new coaster out of the way. But what about the rest of the park's Hasbro transformation? It's been a while since I've made a Galaxyland update video, so let's chat about what's changed in the last year? Wow, has it really been that long? I did mention it briefly in my pickleball court video, but the mascot meet and greet area lets guests take photos with their favorite park mascots, including the ponies from My Little Pony, Monopoly's Rich Uncle Pennybags, and Mr. Potato Head. It's very sparkly and energetically lit. I always find it fun to drop in there, because I firmly believe that you're never too old to take a picture with a mascot. Just around the corner from there, you'll find one of the more recent ride rethemes, the Barrel of Monkeys Bonanza, spelled B-A-N-A-N-Z-A, because monkeys like bananas. The ride cars have been transformed into colorful barrels, representing the barrels from the classic game. The floor has been restyled and represents a lush jungle with green plants and leaves. Atop the ride sit 3 colorful monkeys, arms interlocked just as they do when you're playing the game. Like all of the other rethemes thus far, they did a really good job on this one. The way they use the ride cars as barrels, it just fits the theme perfectly. My only critique is that the park is often too bright to see the LED lights below the barrels, because I bet that lighting looks really nice when it's dark. Okay, so you know how they already rethemed a whole collection of rides into My Little Pony, and another couple of them into Micro Machines? Well, I admit it's been like this for a while, but they did the same thing with G.I. Joe. Havoc has been Havoc since the park broke the Powered by Hasbro news, but there are 3 other G.I. Joe attractions. Rope's Quest first operated as a standalone, separate paid attraction out in the mall concourse. It was located outside of the World Water Park, just in front of those giant windows. Eventually it was moved into Galaxyland where it still stands today, rethemed into G.I. Joe Ninja Training. It's still a multiple story obstacle course, and it's a heck of a lot of fun, but now there are colorful LEDs and G.I. Joe branding throughout the attraction. Not far away, the former Laser Vault has seen a substantial upgrade from its retheming into G.I. Joe. Don't get me wrong, I've always liked the attraction, but the theme before now was gray. Gray is the theme. Please enjoy our lasers. The experience of the attraction hasn't changed, but the outside is a lot more fun with its new name and branding, G.I. Joe Laser Mission. The last of the 3 G.I. Joe rethemes is G.I. Joe Climb and Conquer. This one gets a bit of an asterisk though, because it's still a separate paid attraction. Riders will get fitted into a climbing harness, select a difficulty path of their choosing, and climb their way to the top of the tower. You press a button at the bottom of your path to start a timer, and a button once you reach the top to stop it. You'll even earn some fun patches when you complete your course, so not only do you get to enjoy a climb, you head home with a little souvenir as well. Since we're in this neck of the woods anyway, we should talk about what is now the longest running coaster at Galaxyland. This update is not new, but I haven't covered it yet. The recently rethemed Cootie coaster. This ride has always been a favorite of mine, especially when I was younger. The train has been reskinned to resemble one of the classic children game pieces, a Cootie, if you will. The floor has been repainted to a pleasant-looking teal color as well. The coaster experience remains unchanged. It's still the fantastic beginner-level coaster that is great fun for all ages. As of the time of my visit, the carousel and kids area were both out of commission with their rethemes. The boarding in the area around the carousel shows that it's being transformed into Monopoly theming. I can only imagine we'll be sitting in some of those classic game pieces from the iconic Hasbro game once this reopens. And the former Galaxy Kids Play Park has what might be the most on-point theming of the entire park: chutes and ladders. I mean, it's a play park where you climb up and slide down. This makes the most sense ever. There's new signage and some decorative ladders around the area too. There might be some other refreshes inside, but we can't get in just yet. It does look like this one is getting pretty close to launch though. So that's pretty much it. Galaxyland is largely rethemed now, with only 5 outstanding rides awaiting their turn. The level of polish continues to be very high on everything they touch. Still, the biggest news is that West Edmonton Mall is finally teasing something big. I've already made my guesses. What are yours? What do you think's coming to the Mindbender space? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like and a share, and maybe even visit the Patreon page. And why not check out one of my other videos, all about the greatest indoor show on earth, West Edmonton Mall. Oh, and thanks for watching.